I know you don't jump like you used to jump.
I don't.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Hi there.
It's we here, and then got across from me the intern. If you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in for one, because you're catching us on YouTube. So subscribe and
Thumbs up.
thumbs up, like them. Also, we have Patreon, so you can go on to patreon.com.
www.patreon.com/WEadventureNW.
And support us there because we have a cat coming in. So support us there. And yeah, as you can see, we have studio cats.
We do.
And so you'll see those every once in a while. So we'll introduce them. One's Stark, one's Pepper.
We're huge Marvel fans.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's where that came from.
Yep.
So, but thanks for tuning in.
Today's episode is a continuation of the last episode. So if you didn't hear the last episode, go back, listen to that, and then come back. So this is
about our Baja travels.
Yes.
And the whole reason why we wanted to do a Baja travel was we just wanted to go down. I've been going down for years. You wanted to see what I do when I go down there. So
and I just wanted to know when you talk about things, like where they are and what they are.
Yeah. So
because I'm nosy
and it was fun this way because I actually got to take. I mean, yeah. Granted, when I go down with the team, we get to goof off and get to ride and do all those fun things, right?
He says fun things. So it was a lot to get him to not rush. Because that's how it is during the races. You don't really get to stop and smell the flowers. You are going from pit to pit to support your racer.
And you're not really going down there to sightsee.
No.
I mean, and that's why some of the times we'll take bikes down there and we'll ride the race courses and stuff, but you're not really stopping to see and smell the roses like the intern said. You're just going down there and it's just rush, and then get down there.
Sleep.
Yeah, we hardly sleep, and then you go home, and so this was kind of a nice reprieve for me because I was able to.
Yes.
It did take me 3 or 4 days.
Which was fine because I had food poisoning, so that 3 or 4 days was about the same for me to recoup from that.
Yeah.
Oh. A sidebar, I did not get food poisoning in Mexico. I actually got food poisoning in California. So I just want to make that clear that of all the things that I packed as far as first aid for Mexico, I used in California and never used in Mexico.
We never had to use it in Mexico.
No.
Where you think that's where you'd use it?
You'd think that.
No.
Yeah. Nope.
It's not.
Nope.
But anyway, so
we've already talked about crossing the border, getting through Tijuana, and now we're on our way
and we're just entering into Ensenada.
Yes.
And the first thing you see really when you get into Ensenada is you see the harbor.
Yes.
And you see the container ships in there. You see the cruise ships are in there. They bring a lot of cruise ships in. Which
we've done an Ensenada cruise. We went to Ensenada.
No.
Oh.
Let me correct you.
Just kidding.
One more time. No, so when we did a Baja cruise, we didn't stop in Ensenada. It was, we went all the way down to Cabo and I can't even think of
But it wasn't Ensenada.
No, it wasn't Ensenada.
So I'm just kidding.
Puerto Vallarta and
Cabo, Puerto Vallarta,
and one other one, but it wasn't.
It wasn't Ensenada.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, that was back in like 2008,
6,
no,
7.
7. I want to say.
It was in the O's.
6 or 7.
It was
this
in
was
the
a long
O's.
time ago. But yeah, coming into Ensenada, and I love coming into Ensenada all the time. It's just. You start getting into the traffic. You get the roads are crap.
By crap, you mean they're really potholed.
They are potholed.
There's no like stripes or.
Well, there's a center stripe, but like on the side of the road, and even just in towns and villages, it's only paved, right? So the paved road goes down here, and then anything on the side, like where we have sidewalks and pavement,
the main road.
there is nothing. It's like
It's
a
a
drop
dirt road.
off of a foot or 10 inches,
Yeah.
and it's just dirt. And it's dirt like
Dirt.
30, 40 feet until you get to the business
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, like in the villages. And of course in Ensenada, you don't have a lot of that, but you still have some dirt roads in there.
Yeah.
Because I think we went down one to get to our hotel,
Mm-hmm.
which we'll talk about. Beautiful hotel, but so
Well,
the
even
road,
that place that had all the like metal work was on a dirt road.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you deal with down there. It's just
So that warning that you gave me when we originally were planning this, where you said the roads aren't great. I'm like, okay. And then we enter into Mexico, and I'm like, these roads are great. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then we get to Ensenada, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I had pictured, like logging roads, and that's exactly what they were.
And we've
like.
been down there where the intersections, there's some how they've got them is they're kind of dipped down low, and we've been down there where there was a monsoon that came through, and it floods those.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no drainage.
No, it's just not.
And then when you get to, I love traffic signals. This is something that
Are you being sarcastic?
kind of.
Okay.
I was always telling her about. I really don't know if I want to take you down to Ensenada just because, up here there's traffic rules, and
No, here is controlled chaos. Down there it's just chaos.
yeah, but it works down there though. I mean, you'll get to an intersection and
No, I think it's like living in Salt Lake and driving the freeway. You just get accustomed to
I
it.
think so, but there's a lot of madness. But think of it as like, even if you were at a 4-way stop, you know how we come to complete stop,
Yeah.
and then we
let the person on the right go.
It's just you keep
this.
down there. You just keep moving, but it's
like a
orchestrated. Yeah. I mean, you're like almost
It's
touching
like a
bumpers at
four-way
times.
roundabout where
Yeah.
everybody's
It
just kind
just
of
keeps
merging,
moving.
and
Yeah.
you're merging,
Yeah.
and you're hoping, and yeah.
And
Also, if you do go into Mexico, know that you need to buy separate vehicle insurance.
oh yeah, and the one that we like, and I'll just throw it out there, is Baja Bound. Great, easy insurance, and
We didn't have any trouble.
no, and they
Although
help
we
you
didn't
out.
get into any accidents.
No,
or
but you
anything.
really do need to have different
It's required.
insurance. Yeah,
Yeah.
for that. So make sure you have that.
Oh, podcast
Here he
cat.
comes.
Oh.
Yep, podcast cat.
Oh.
Whoa.
So this is Stark,
Yeah.
Tony Stark. We are big
There you go.
Marvel fans. Oh,
And I think-
goodness.
Here we go one more time where I'm going to pick him up and just put him on my lap.
He cuddles like a
Just
baby.
lay him.
Yep.
But
So yeah, insurance is important.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
far
very
as the
good.
traffic goes,
it's busy.
I was anxious when we first got into Ensenada because there was a lot of traffic, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of chaos control. And for those of you who have been tuning in for a while, I'm a little A personality, so it was a little rough for me at first, but you handled it. You handled it really well. You were like, yeah, I'm used to this. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, can we talk about the stop signs though?
Yeah, and I've ridden dirt bikes down in Ensenada with
Which
all
would have
this
been a lot
with all
easier.
this traffic.
Like,
Which-
honestly, if we
I
would have
think
had
it
the
is.
Africa Twin, it would have been a lot easier to maneuver
Yeah, it really
everything. But
really.
to drive that many miles down there,
Because I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's close to 300,000 people in Ensenada.
is there that many?
Yeah, I think there is. It's
See, it
way
didn't
bigger
feel
than you
congested.
see, but it's not. There's not these skyscrapers or anything. It's
No.
all 2-level, 3-level
Yeah,
buildings.
I never
That's it.
felt like it was like even the parks weren't congested.
But it takes a long time to get from one end to the other. when you go
that's
north
because
to
you're
south,
driving so slow.
Yes.
Because of the roads and the traffic. Traffic was quite a bit. But so as we're heading to our hotel.
No, we're heading to our my favorite. And I'm going to give you guys a shout out. My favorite.
Oh, that's right.
Taco stand, fish taco. Now, Ensenada is known for fish tacos, and so if you've had fish tacos up here, you go down there, you're going to be so disappointed about here tacos because they just don't even compare.
Which we need to go back.
Because you were
still sick.
Yeah.
And I could only have one fish taco, and I couldn't try the shrimp taco, and I was like, ugh. Like, this whole trip was good Mexican authentic food, and
it's Floresta's it's downtown, so it's not it's not on the tourist side.
Let's talk about parking. It's wherever you can find it.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is not. It's organized chaos, but it's still chaos. So,
and a lot of times you find you can't park in front of a business.
No.
Because they will chase you out of there.
Yes.
Because they want that parking spot.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So finding a place to park near Floresta.
We've had to buy the people in the businesses tacos before just so we can have a parking spot because it's quite an ordeal.
Needless to say, we finally found a parking spot.
Yeah.
And the people that were at the Floresta's Taco, and if you want to follow
and they
them,
remembered me.
Please do follow them. Yeah. It is on Instagram. It's at Tacos Floresta, Floresta. Go and give them a follow. Go like their stuff.
They have the best tacos.
Amazing.
Fish tacos.
And they make them right there. They're fresh. They're authentic. They are so good. And then they have like all the things you can put on them. And I'm working at my spice levels as the years go by. Yeah. But I am still not a huge fan of spicy. So Wes was really good about making my taco for me. But yeah, we need to go back because enjoying one fish taco when before we left, I'm like, I'm having 3 fish, I'm having 3 shrimp, I'm living my best life, and then we get there and I'm like,
oh yeah. So
I had them for fish taco.
Yeah. Yes. I sacrificed myself.
He did.
Hey, on the way down there, let's talk about getting back to the traffic. How about the stop signs?
Oof. So you told me, hey, keep an eye out for the stop signs. They're kind of hidden.
And when I mean hidden, I mean they're next to the building and faded out. You can barely see.
Yeah, they're pink. They're not red, and they're alto.
They're all sun
And then
faded.
there's a school section where there's an elementary school, and they have like a school zone, but it was like, okay.
So much chaos going on.
What? And then there's a park on the other side, and there's like vendors selling food, so I'm busy looking at the churros and like the empanadas, and then I realized, oh my gosh, there's a stop sign, and it was chaos. Like, I think if you lived there, like I said, it's like getting on the freeway in Salt Lake. It is pure chaos. It's way too fast. There's way too many cars. But the more you do it, the more you're like, oh yeah, this is normal. Like, no big deal. I think if you lived there, that's what it would be. Like, slamming on the brakes is just a normal thing.
Yeah. And yeah, you really can't see the stop signs. And even when we go down the time, we know where they are, but every once in a while you'll just blow one because it's like you get to talking and you just don't see it.
Yeah, because in the States, they're like right on the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in Ensenada,
they could be next to the building.
They may be hidden by a tree. They may be tucked around in an alleyway. They are not noticeable.
They are not where you're trained. We are trained to look
for them.
They're not there.
You don't have crosswalks because it's dirt. It's dirt roads with potholes. So you don't have like crosswalks, but you've got to watch for people that are walking.
Yeah, Ensenada is a lot of pavement, but there are some on the main. Yeah, but there are some dirt roads in there. But it's just crazy chaotic and like we were heading down to once we got our tacos and we started heading down to our hotel.
Well, we stopped to get some beer.
Oh yeah.
We
call it the Hugs and Kisses, but it's the OXXO. And they're like a 7-Eleven down there.
They're everywhere.
you can, you can throw a rock and you'll hit one. They're on every street corner, and
Right.
and so that's just where we always go, buy beer, buy snacks, coffee.
Yeah.
It's just a 7-Eleven. That's
And your
basically
favorite cookies?
Oh, Maria's.
Biscuit.
Oh, I love Maria's. Oh my gosh, it was like my favorite.
Yes.
And everybody says, "Well, you can get them up here," and
They're
it's
just not
like
the same.
not the same.
It's like pineapples
Yeah,
from Hawaii
it's not
are
the
not
same,
the same.
and they're way more expensive up here than they are down there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's like 50 cents for a big thing of them down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I loved them. So you got to experience the hugs
We
and
got
kisses,
to go in there. Yes.
which
yes.
are funny because like on race days, and because we get out on the road on the race, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock
Oh yeah, you
at
were
night.
telling me about this. Yeah.
And so they'll have on the hugs and kisses, they'll have like they lock their doors.
Like a drive.
It's not a 24-hour, but they're working 24 hours.
They're in there.
They're in there.
Stocking, they're doing.
But it's
yeah.
a little slide door that you have to knock on. You have to knock on the main door, and then they come to the door, and then they'll slide it open and ask you what you want.
Yeah.
And you have to say, well, we need 3 coffees, and
they'll get you 3
they'll
coffees.
go get you 3 coffees, and you pay through the door, and they give you your coffee.
Which just says a lot about the culture, because if you did that at a 7-Eleven, well, they're open 24/7. If you did that at a Circle K and they open the door, I guarantee you they're going to be like, "What do you want? We're not open. Like, you're not getting coffee this late." But in Mexico, they're like, "Yeah, what do you need? You need coffee? We'll give you coffee. You need some
Do you want
Maria's?
some creamer in that?
Yeah.
Do you want,
They're so gracious.
Yeah.
Like, everyone we met down there, everyone, whether we could communicate well with them or not because we had a language barrier, they were all so gracious and so helpful, and it humbled me. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this home with me.
And they'll, gosh, I can't tell you how many times we bought beer down there, and it's like, they're trying to tell us, no, that's
not a good deal.
This is not the good deal. Here's the good deal.
We've got it on sale.
I speak Poquito, as you can see. A little bit of Spanish, and so I kind of get it, but then I don't. Because I can't process it as fast as they speak it.
Yes.
And so...
but then they tell us, they tell us we don't know a lot of English. And then they
rattle it off.
They're amazing at it.
They're way
like,
better
than
I
know. And it's like, well, I know
Verde. Way more than I know.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it was humbling for sure.
Yeah.
We were like, So we stopped and got beer. And then the hotel that you got for our first night in Mexico was a gated hotel. So it was pretty fancy.
And a lot of them are gated down there.
Okay. So it was very fancy. We went in, they spoke English. We got our room, we got our keys, we got instructions.
Yeah, thank you, JR. It was your recommendation. Actually, JR lives down there. He's our team manager. He has a place down in Estero Beach.
Beach, that's where we stayed.
And and they have like a little resort there, and
it is amazing. So
it's very nice.
In January, we had gone to an all-inclusive Mexican resort, and spoiled rotten, food whenever, drinks whenever, it's all included. So we get to Estero Beach, and it looks very similar to an all-inclusive. Like, there's a restaurant on site, and then they had like multiple pools, some hot tubs, a swim-up bar. And I was asking you, like, is this normally, like, is there a lot of people here? We went in February, so it was kind of like still cold for Mexico.
Yeah.
Warm for us. Like,
It's like 70.
It was perfect. Like, it was perfect weather. But still not the on-season for the resort. So I learned through our travels, and I'm sure we'll talk about this more, but there are many different destinations that are built that people don't go to, but the destination is there. Like if you want a resort feel, it's out in the middle of absolutely nowhere on a 2-lane road with potholes, and they've built it.
Well, yeah, and there's nice RV parks down there.
Yeah.
There's not an RV in it.
Yeah.
But it's a huge RV park and beautiful.
And they're waiting
but there's
for
no RVs.
people to come.
Yeah.
But
if I had an RV, I'd be down in there.
Estero Beach is beautiful. Our room was huge.
And it's on the southern end of Ensenada.
Okay.
So you're pretty far down on the southern side of Ensenada.
And our room had a view of the
ocean.
We saw cargo ships coming in and out.
We had the seals right in front of us.
Fishermen all the time.
Cargo ships.
An amazing restaurant that we went to that made the best chili killies again. I wish I could have enjoyed them even more than I did.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys know what chili killies is, but it's delicious. And I didn't know what it was until I started going down there, but we've had some good chili killies down there, but the chili killies at Estero Beach is next level chili killies.
Yeah. So we had gone for breakfast, and I still wasn't at 100%. And our waiter, bless his heart, you ordered the chili killies.
Yes.
And I ordered 1 fried egg.
Yeah.
And he was very concerned that I was not eating enough, and he asked if he could bring me, some tortillas, and I tried to tell him that I was going to share your chili killies, and he was not satisfied with that.
And this is what I love about the people down there is they are. It's so much different than up here.
It's like family.
They are so concerned on your well-being down there. They want to make sure that you're okay and that you're fed and
taken care of.
And that you have everything that you need. And the best part about that is they ask for nothing in return. It's crazy.
No.
They just want to make sure you are taken care of.
Yeah. So when he brought the chili killies and my fried egg, and I took a few of Wes's chili killies. Chili killies are corn tortillas that are usually a day old, so they're left over from the day before. They're a little bit chewy, but mostly crunchy.
A little stale, yeah.
A little stale, but not... I say that, and I'm afraid people are going to be like, ew, so they're recycling.
No, because they make fresh stuff every single day.
Every single day. So they have a lot of crunch and a little bit of that chew to it. And then they have either a green sauce or a red sauce, rojos o verde, red sauce or green sauce that you can put on top of them. I prefer a combination of both because usually the red sauce is a little spicier than the green sauce. And then they put the Mexican cheese over top of it. And then they'll put a couple fried eggs. It is...
And like chicken.
Amazing. Yeah, you can have chorizo, you can have chicken.
I had chorizo and it was delicious. Oh my God.
They're so good. And I have yet to come up with a recipe that compares.
Yeah, no. We've tried to make it here.
We have tried.
Which is good, but...
Ours are good, but they are not authentic. They are... Anyway, so the thing about... the culture down there, just their culture is they will not rush you.
Well, you know how here.
No, I was a waitress.
I get the whole were back table. When you were in your
mid-20s, yeah.
Yeah, early 20s.
That's just a baby.
You were just a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, up here, they're more concerned about turning the table, getting to the next customer, getting that next
Which
tip.
I'm really cautious. If we're somewhere and we watch
we'll
a table
tip a little
turn,
extra, right?
We'll tip more for a table turn.
But down there, that is, and anywhere in Mexico, that's just frowned upon.
Yes.
They want to take care of you. It's not about how many people they can get in and out. It's about taking care of the people that they have.
Yes.
And
they will not
Go ahead.
They will not bring you your check until you ask.
Yeah, you have to ask for it. It doesn't get put down there. And another thing that I didn't realize until all my travels down there, but they don't expect tips. And when you tip, because we're so used to tipping,
with that.
we tip. And so, which I encourage people, if you go down there, I do encourage you to still tip, because you will get the best service that you've ever had. And it's well worth it.
They just make so much less than...
Yeah, they do. But
yeah.
But just that freedom of being able to just sit there. And we've got another podcast that kind of explains, how we were treated at one place that was just over the top.
Over the top.
And it's kind of every place is over the top. But
yeah.
You
without
just,
expectation.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't treat us that way because they thought...
And I think I had to get... Because you weren't used to that.
No.
And you were like, we need to leave. And I'm going, just sit down.
Yeah,
we're
we don't
not
have
done.
to.
Let's
but
enjoy the
busy.
sunset.
Like, they've got people, and you're like, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's
Let's just enjoy.
Yeah.
Let's have a glass of wine. Let's enjoy the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stay here until we want to leave.
Until we're ready.
And I think that was hard for you.
It was, because I felt guilty. It was like, they need to turn this table. Like, we've been here for an hour. We've been done with our dinner for 40 minutes. Like, we need to go. And you're like, no, they're fine.
They're fine.
They've got other tables available. They have the bar available. Nobody's rushing us out of here.
Not one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is different than what I'm used to.
But yeah, if you get a chance to go down to Ensenada and you want to stay at a place, I really, if you don't do like the Airbnbs and stuff, and you're looking for a nice hotel that's right on the beach, that's right on the ocean.
It was super
Estero
safe.
Beach is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
I
so safe.
never felt like... Yeah. In fact, the whole time we were in Mexico, I never felt...
And the rooms.
Yeah.
The rooms at Estero Beach are huge.
They're beautiful. The bathroom was huge.
Gosh, I want to say... I mean, our living room is not small.
No.
And our dining room. And it was probably the size of our living room, dining room. It's probably...
For the better, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had the lanai, the porch space, the patio space.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big.
With Adirondack chairs.
Yeah. I want to say the rooms are like 500 square feet
They're
apiece.
a small studio apartment.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And clean. So clean.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Everything in Estero Beach was absolutely amazing. And it was like a mini resort. Room service was amazing. Like, I have no complaints. And I remember when we got there, you're like, oh, shoot. I'm like, what? You're like, well, this is probably the nicest room you're going to have on this adventure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? You're like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, uh-oh.
Because I'll be honest with you, when we go down with the team, we do get houses, which are very nice.
They're not resorts, though.
But they're not resorts, and we're sharing them with like 20 other people in them.
Yeah.
But which I'm not complaining.
So thank you, JR, for recommending Estero Beach.
But yeah. Estero Beach is great if you're down there for a little vacation. Get some fish tacos. Go to
hang
Estero
out,
Beach.
do the Ensenada thing. Because there's both Ensenada local and there's Ensenada tourist. So you can do both. You can do Ensenada local and you can do Ensenada tourist. And you can experience all of Ensenada.
And I think I showed you both sides of that pretty well.
You did. This one was all local.
Yeah.
Like, this Ensenada stay was all local.
I mean, we walked into, and we'll get to that in another episode, but we walked into, I took you down to a little touristy area for maybe an hour. If that. I mean, it's, I'm just not in. And you'll see that on YouTube, all the tourists of Ensenada, that they cover all of that. And if that's what you like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's just not what we like. We like the
if I didn't
the
know
real
better,
original stuff.
I would.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if I have never experienced inland, sure.
And if I didn't feel safe and and it felt safer in the
touristy areas.
In the touristy areas, then
absolutely 1,000%.
I honestly will tell you, I feel safer out of the tourist.
Same.
Yeah, just because I think there's probably more crime in the tourist areas.
I was less approached. I don't know if that's the right word.
No, yeah.
I was treated differently.
You're approached differently outside the tourist areas.
I was definitely approached with more respect and like commonality in the outside area. When we were in the tourist area, it was very pushy and
you're just bombarded. Yeah.
So knowing that, I prefer the less touristy areas.
Same.
But yeah, it was really cool to hang out in Ensenada at Estero Beach. At the beginning of our trip, I'm like, nothing can top this. This is like the best of the best. I'm looking forward to the rest of the adventure, but good luck topping this. Yeah,
so I think on our next one, we're going to head down to San Quintin, which is down by, it's part of the race course. And so since
we're doing the Baja tour.
We're doing kind of the Baja loop, right? I'm going to take her down to, our next stop is going to be San Quintin.
And guess what? It topped Ensenada. So stay tuned.
It's good. Yeah, so thanks for listening on this one. Tune in on the next one. We'll talk about San Quintin and our travels.
Yeah.
So a little more on our travels.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.